This week on The Splash, we join a caroling sing-along for the holidays. Then we take a look at the world's oldest fish, and later we enjoy a holiday party. The Splash is a production of Civic Center TV. We're a news magazine that covers everything from local news to feature stories, all so that we can bring you the latest from the greater West Bloomfield area. And now, let's dive into The Splash. Welcome to The Splash. I'm your host, Sheena Monnin, and as always, thank you for joining us. While solo singing may not be everyone's forte, joining in some holiday caroling is a tradition that spans centuries. Reporter Samana Sheikh has more.
Members of the Holy Spirit Lutheran Church came together for a night of harmony and invited the local community. The carol sing-along began 9 years ago and was the invention of church member Lisa Helfer, who had a special motivation behind the gathering.
When we were having a real dip in the economy and I kept hearing Christmas ads to sell merchandise for gifts for your kids and stuff, I was thinking about all those people who were unemployed. And it would be a year that was impossible to go out and buy gifts for their kids. And I thought we needed to help them restore the joy of Christmas and what Christmas is all about.
Everyone has a favorite Christmas carol, and Lisa is no different.
I think it's a favorite of most people, Silent Night. And in my songbook, since I had the joy of putting it together, I also was able to put in the German language words. I don't think I ever learned how to sing the whole thing in English because as a child it made my mother so happy if her girls would sing it in German. It reminded her so much of being in her grandmother's house.
Come and join the Holy Spirit Lutheran Church throughout the holiday season.
This is Samana Sheikh reporting for The Splash.
To find out more about this spirited event, visit civiccentertv.com/holiday caroling. Learning about the wonders of nature is not just confined to the summertime. Reporter Tyler Kieft stopped by the West Bloomfield Parks to take a look at one of the scarier fish we have in our oceans.
West Bloomfield Parks offers a number of classes and programs about the vast nature and wildlife in our area, and some with a little more of a bite. Recently, a group of eager parents, grandparents, and children gathered at the Recreation Activity Center at West Bloomfield Parks to learn about an animal we often don't see in our area: sharks. From fun facts to arts and crafts, the kids gathered a host of new knowledge of the marine beast from one of West Bloomfield Parks' many knowledgeable naturalists, who led the group in activities both direct and hands-on. It wasn't just a fun educational experience for the kids, as their families also engaged in the fun and learning themselves. With the weather slowly but surely cooling off and winter breaks approaching for the kids, West Bloomfield Parks brought a piece of the ocean to the lake's area, and local families left with a wealth of new knowledge. If you're looking for fun, interesting, and educational activities during the winter months, check out all of West Bloomfield Park's events at civiccentertv.com/events, or come down to the Recreation Activity Center for open hours to interact with nature that's close to home. From the Recreation Activity Center, I'm Tyler Kieft, reporting for The Splash.
If dissecting a shark intrigues you, you can see more about this event by visiting civiccentertv.com/sensational sharks. Coming up, we join the Optimist Club's holiday party, and later we enjoy another fun episode of Sidewalk Talk.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV. And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm your host, Sheena Monnin. One of the goals of the Optimist Club is to make our community a happier and better place. After experiencing their holiday party, there is no doubt they are doing just that. Doing good deeds for others is an occasional action for many of us, but for members of the West Bloomfield Optimist Club, bringing happiness to children is a regular event that culminates with their annual holiday party.
We absolutely love it. We work through the elementary schools and we get families who maybe are a little less advantaged and are in maybe a little more need for the year. And we get to throw this great holiday party.
And so they come here, they have breakfast or lunch, whichever they're having at that time. They have Santa, face painting, balloon animals, and a friendly face to say, hi, we're glad you're here. I like kids, I like to see their faces, I like to make other people happy.
It's a great opportunity for the children to meet with Santa and to have, you know, festivities and as well as presents. So we're doing our small part to help out in the community.
Keeping kids aware of who their allies are and who to trust is important, and many local first responders were on hand to greet the kids and get them acquainted with some of the gear and personnel.
It gives the kids a chance to interact not only with Santa, but with all the first responders, both the police and fire.
It's a great event to get the kids familiar with us. We got a couple probationary guys here in their full gear, so they know what we look like when we're out on the street doing our job. We like getting out into the public. They don't see us very often in the public eye unless we're out doing our job. Most of the time we're in the station working there, so we like to get out and say hi to everybody.
The event was lucky enough to have a founding member stop by to reminisce over the 25 years of history this event has.
The kids have a good time here, and Santy's having a wonderful time. He comes here every year. He finds us every year, and he's having a good time.
Children are the future of our community, and each person in attendance and volunteer felt the cheer and goodwill the event had to offer. If you are interested in more events from the Optimist Club of West Bloomfield, take a look at civiccentertv.com/Optimist Holiday 2017 for more details. In this episode of Sidewalk Talk, Samana Sheik asked local residents their thoughts about a new topic that will get you smiling.
I love the buffet. West Bloomfield, what's your favorite part of the casino?
Oh, I'd be, if not in the bar, I would be at roulette, number 32.
Probably the tables.
Why is that?
I feel like it's easier to win more money. The slots kind of have it figured out.
Well, I'd probably be wandering around. I've never been to a casino before, so I'd probably be just looking at everything like kind of shell-shocked.
Where the slot machines are, and why? Because I would want to win the money.
That's me, on all levels. You want the money?
Yes, I do.
Blackjack.
Why is that?
You know, it's pretty addicting. Once you get started, you really just can't stop until you're out of money.
I naturally do that at the mall.
Probably like the penny slots. I love the penny slots playing them. They're cheap and you win a lot of money doing them that way.
If we ever saw you at a casino, what part of the casino would you be in and why?
I'd probably be people watching. So just at a table with the beer, just watching people see if they get lucky or not.
Roulette, because I think it's the best odds in the house, 50-50. Red or black, odd or even.
Probably slots, because I'm like an inner old woman, so I just want to stay on the slots, and I have horrible luck. So if I do Russian roulette or blackjack, I'll probably lose.
Ooh, I'd probably be at the food place because I don't gamble. So I would probably be eating. The food's good there.
They do have a good buffet.
Yeah.
Probably getting something to eat.
Your wife said the same thing.
We like to eat.
Yeah, I love it. Thank you for your input, West Bloomfield. Join us again next week for another episode of Sidewalk Talk.
If you'd like to see some of our other fun and interesting questions on the show, you can do so anytime and anywhere by visiting our website at civiccentertv.com/sidewalktalk. And now it's time for our Civic Center event update, where we provide you with all the latest that's happening around Greater West Bloomfield. And if you'd like to stay up to date on all of the following current events yourself, you can visit civiccentertv.com/events. Let's get started. Treat your muscles to a morning of gentle, therapeutic yoga at Spirit of Grace Church. Delightful, gentle yoga is appropriate for adults in all levels of physical activity. Experience is not necessary. Delightful, gentle yoga is taking place every Wednesday through December 27th from 11 a.m. until noon. Drop-in price is $7 per class, or a monthly rate of $25 is available as well. It is encouraged that you bring your own yoga mat and be prepared to meet new friends and walk away with a better sense of your own well-being. For more information, visit spiritofgrace.church. On December 13th from 2 p.m. until 2:30 p.m. at the West Bloomfield Public Library, bring your child for an interactive story time with Lyle Lyle Crocodile. This event will feature books, crafts, and games centered on this special character. After the event, a life-size version of the featured character will arrive as a fun culmination of the story time where your child can meet the character. This event is free. For more information, visit wblib.org. On December 13th from 10 a.m. until noon at the West Bloomfield Public Library, you can improve your skills with the English language at Let's Talk, an English language discussion group. This event is open to anyone currently learning English or who wants to become more proficient with the language. There will be a discussion group led by volunteer tutors who will facilitate the conversation and attend to each person's learning needs. You can come for all or just part of the session. This learning session is free. For more information, visit wblib.org. Do you need help with your computer skills? If so, then be sure to stop by the West Bloomfield Public Library on Thursday, December 14th from 6 until 6:30 p.m. to meet with a library tutor to improve your skills. You can learn how to manage digital photos, learn more about emailing, internet navigation, Microsoft Office programs, and even more basic computer skills. You must register to secure your spot by calling the main information desk at 248-232-2290. If you have already registered and need to cancel, please also call so your spot can be given to someone else. Good news for West Bloomfield Township residents. Orchard Lake Road has its grand opening on December 14th at 11:30 a.m. This grand opening will take place in the right-of-way near Crispelli's, and all are welcome to join in. After months of hard work, the road will officially be fully open again. That morning, there will also be a live radio and TV broadcast of the opening on 89.3 WBLD, the all-new Lakes FM, and on Civic Center TV. So be sure to tune in as we talk to local leaders and insiders about all aspects of the Orchard Lake Road project. Jewish Family Service is offering free healthcare enrollment assistance now through December 15th at Jewish Family Service located off of Maple Road. If you are in need of quality insurance, this free assistance is just for you. Stop by any weekday from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. to ask questions and receive free advice, as well as help in signing up for an insurance program that fits you. No matter what your level of income is, there is a coverage option that will fit your needs. For more information, call Megan Pudlick at 248-592-2269. On Saturday, December 16th from 6 p.m. until 9 p.m., the Sylvan Lake Holiday Light Show and judging will take place. If you are participating, do make sure your lights are on and working during that time. Judging categories include artistic, best white light display, religious, Christmas themed, and many, many more. If you would like to be a judge, you certainly can help in that way as well by calling City Hall at 248-682-1440 or sending them an email at cityhall@sylvanlake.org. The West Bloomfield High School Michigan Interscholastic Forensics Association is having their annual potluck and cabaret event on December 19th from 5:30 p.m. until 8 p.m. in West Bloomfield High School. The MIFA team from the high school will be on hand to entertain with songs, monologues, and more. Don't miss the good food and the good fun at this event. For more information and to support MIFA at West Bloomfield High School, send an email to john.verluve@wbsd.org. In keeping with the holiday goodwill, there will be a free Christmas dinner at Spirit of Grace Lutheran Church, provided by church members and local residents. Please feel free to stop by and meet kind-hearted people in this spirited holiday event held on December 25th. There will be 2 seatings for the dinner, the first at noon and the second at 1:30 p.m. Come enjoy turkey, ham, and a multitude of sides and desserts, as well as live music and free family photos. If you want to register and are in need of a ride to and from the dinner, please call Carol at 248-682-0770. That concludes this week's events. However, if you're looking to find even more events going on in your neighborhood, then be sure to follow us at civiccentertv.com/events and look up our events calendar, or watch us here for more information on everything going on in the greater West Bloomfield area. As we head into the break, stay tuned, because afterwards I'll be talking with Lisa Kaplan, Program Coordinator at the Henry Ford Maplegrove Center.
Don't go away. You're watching The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Civic Center TV is your home for everything Greater West Bloomfield. Here you can tune into community programming such as our weekly news magazine show, The Splash, as well as coverage of local events and meetings in Keego Harbor, Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, and West Bloomfield. You can also watch all of your local programming online anytime at civiccentertv.com. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
Civic Center TV has gone social. Now it's easier than ever to watch, save, like, and share our videos online. See what's happening in your neighborhood, on the streets, and on the web at civiccentertv.com. Be a part of the conversation and get involved. We would love to hear from you. For links to our social media pages, visit us at our website or find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Civic Center TV, television that's close to home.
And now, back to The Splash on Civic Center TV.
Welcome back to The Splash. I'm Sheena Monnin. In the studio with me this week is Lisa Kaplan, Program Coordinator at the Henry Ford Maplegrove Center. Lisa, thank you so much for stopping by. You are a very busy person doing very important work, and I have some really interesting questions for you today. For those watching, tell me a little bit about some of the prevalent issues you see facing people today.
Okay, well, for sure, the opioid epidemic is the main thing facing people that you hear about in the news constantly. People are dying of overdoses. So opioids are the class of drugs that we would call pain pills. Things like Vicodin, oxycodone, Oxycontin, Percocet, methadone, and heroin. So that is a major problem across the country, but also here locally, and people are dying. So I would say that's the main issue.
That sounds very serious. Now, at the Henry Ford Maplegrove Center, what age do you all serve there as far as people coming in for assistance?
So we help people ages 13 through adulthood. 13 to 18 is our adolescent program, and adults are 18 and up. We have no inpatient for adolescents, just outpatient.
Okay, great. Wow, this does sound something that could be potentially life-changing for individuals for sure. So tell me a little bit about steps someone can take in case they maybe are looking at their life and going, yeah, maybe I have an issue here, or looking at the lives of people they may know. What is an appropriate type of a step they can take?
Yeah. Well, for sure, the sooner the better, because addiction is a progressive illness. It's a disease, and the longer it goes on, the worse it gets. So the sooner a person can get help, the better. Someone who recognizes that they have a problem, they can contact us if they have insurance, and if they don't have insurance, they can contact their local community mental health program to get assistance, but they can be admitted to treatment and treated as soon as possible. If someone recognizes someone in their life who has a problem, they can say to them, I recognize you have this problem, I'm concerned about you, I know of a treatment program that can help if you're interested, and then forward our information to them. So that when they're ready, and the patient has to be ready, then they can get the help they need.
Wow, that's a really good point there, is just offering it, and then when someone recognizes this is the time to give them the freedom to move forward. That's amazing. Good. When it comes to actually taking that next step, if you are the individual and you're like, yikes, this is real, this is happening, what resources or other resources do you think might be available?
Okay, so at our program and many programs all over the area, we believe in the 12-step program of Alcoholics Anonymous or Narcotics Anonymous. These are 12-step support groups for people who have a substance use disorder who can get help from other people in their situation. They literally work 12 steps, beginning with 1 and moving on to 2, and those 12 steps help them to embrace recovery. So those are important things for the person with the addiction, but the family member can also go to 12-step meetings of their own. So there's Al-Anon, Nar-Anon, and Families Anonymous, which are 12-step programs for the family member of the person who's using. And they can also learn the 12 steps and work the 12 steps to help them with their recovery. Because this is a family disease, it doesn't just affect the addict. It's really tough for the family members too.
Wow, that's something I didn't even consider. Absolutely. So that's great they have that dual program there so everyone's on the same page and can help each other, really, is what it sounds like. Help themselves and help each other a little bit.
Ideally, yes, but getting both parties to agree to participate in programming is the issue. People don't get help until they're ready to get help. So that's the challenge.
No, I can see that, most definitely. So this issue sounds like it could potentially just be challenging and difficult. How do you and the people who work for you specialize in bringing some sort of positivity to something like this?
Okay, well, there's a lot of positivity because with this disease, there's hope. There's hope, and hope is walking around our building. Many of the people who work there are in recovery. We all know people. Every one of us knows many, many people in our lives who are in recovery because there's something like 23 million Americans in recovery.
Oh, wow.
So they may not tell you that, but there are people that you know for sure, and they're living very happy, productive lives, doing well, and so there's a lot of hope with this disease. If there was no hope, it would be pretty demoralizing, but there is.
Absolutely. When it comes to those 12 steps, is there one that you see is a little bit more difficult than the others for people?
Well, I would say probably step 4, which is taking personal inventory, is really, really tough because you have to look at yourself objectively and identify your strengths and weaknesses. And the strengths are easy for most people, the weaknesses not so much. But of course, they have a sponsor, somebody in the program that is like a mentor who helps walk them through and helps them with that.
Oh, perfect.
So
good. Great. Well, awesome. I'm excited, and thank you so much for offering this resource to the community. We appreciate it. We appreciate your time stopping by with us today.
Okay, you're welcome.
Once again, we've been talking with Lisa Kaplan, Program Coordinator at the Henry Ford Maplegrove Center. Now let's head over to one of our favorite episodes of Parenting on the Go, where I sat down with Paul Walton to discuss how we can teach our youth and teens to be safe while using technology. Hello and welcome to Parenting on the Go. I'm Sheena Monnin, and joining me this episode is Paul Walton, Chief Assistant Prosecutor for Oakland County. Paul, thanks for stopping by today. We appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
I'm excited to talk about this issue of safety, looking at it from a different perspective. Let's go ahead and jump right in. So, what do you see as some of the growing issues for teens and preteens concerning today's technology?
Well, technology is the issue. With parents, it's a matter of having conversations and sitting down with them on a pretty frequent basis and repeating the conversation. Kids find themselves, quite honestly, using the internet on a daily basis, and they can find themselves in some pretty tricky situations. So it's important for parents to have these discussions. For example, when your child reaches the driving age, you don't simply flip them the car keys and say, here's the keys, here's the car, gas is on the right, brake is on the left, dinner's at 8, good luck. What you do is you sit down and you talk with them. You talk with them about the rules of the road, how to approach an intersection, how to look both ways, what the signs mean, on and on and on, because you want to teach them to be a safe driver. And before you put your child behind a 3,000 to 6,000 pound car, you want to make sure they understand the rules of the road. In the same way, before you hand your child a tablet, a smartphone, a computer, you want to sit down and talk with them about the potential dangers out there as well. The rules of the road, so they don't find themselves in a dangerous situation, where they don't find themselves being victimized by some online predator, or find themselves in a situation where they are creating an online persona that may have some devastating consequences for them as they get older.
Wow, so there's a lot of things that kids should be doing safely on the internet. What about some things that kids should be avoiding when it comes to the internet?
Anytime you hit send for a picture, a text, a posting, you lose control of that image, that message forever. So be cautious about what you're saying about yourself, your friends, your family, your school, your community. Because every time you hit send, you say something about who you are. And that can have ramifications for you in the future, such as you say something hateful and you're on a football team, you can find yourself kicked off the football team. You say something, you engage in risky behavior, showing yourself drinking or fighting, and you apply to a university, you could find yourself not invited to that university. So before you hit send, look at what you're saying about yourself, and then decide if that's truly if that's appropriate to go out.
Yeah, absolutely. I would imagine a lot of parents are curious as to what their kids are doing online. Do you think it's appropriate for parents to spy on their kids online?
Well, that's more of a parenting decision. There's a lot of ways to sit down and discuss with your kids about what they're doing online. For example, some parents may want to look at the history on a daily basis. Other parents may find it more useful to do some type of parental monitoring system. And I know the West Bloomfield Youth Assistance website is going to have information containing the various programs that parents may want to look at and decide if it's appropriate for them.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing so much wisdom with us today, and I hope it's helpful to all the parents out there as well. And thank you all for joining us for this episode of Parenting on the Go. If you would like to look up more helpful parenting tips, then make sure and visit the West Bloomfield Youth Assistance website at wbyouth.assistance.org. To watch other episodes of Parenting on the Go, visit civiccentertv.com/parenting2go. We now move on to our final segment on The Splash called Person of the Week, where we recognize those within the community who are either inspiring or providing toward others. This week's recipient is Josh Barkley, teacher at West Bloomfield High School and sponsor of the Earth Club. During the weekdays, you will find Josh Barkley in the classroom leading groups of students in their pursuit of knowledge. Josh is a physics teacher at West Bloomfield High School, where he teaches our local young adults to think critically about the workings of the world around them. But the impact that Mr. Barkley has on his students goes much further than assigned readings in their textbooks, test scores, or class projects. After hours, Josh donates his time to supervise and sponsor the Earth Club, which encourages students to be environmentally aware and ready to help. His passionate, hands-on approach to extracurricular learning encourages his students to engage in what they learn in his class and their other academic endeavors and channel their newfound knowledge to benefit the world. While the students of the Earth Club are leading their own charge to make the science department at West Bloomfield High School powered by clean, renewable energy, their passion, dedication, and pursuit of ingenuity for the common good is a testament to the encouragement and support of Josh Barkley, both in and outside of the classroom, which is why he is our Person of the Week. If you know someone who is providing a service to their community, then let us know by sending an email to thesplash@civiccentertv.com. We want to congratulate those who are making a difference in our area, and we appreciate all of your suggestions. And that's going to do it for us this week. But remember, you can watch new episodes of The Splash every Monday or throughout the week for replays. You can also watch every episode online at civiccentertv.com. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook under Civic Center TV 15, YouTube at Civic Center TV 15, and on Twitter at Civic Center TV for more information. For all of our friends in Sylvan Lake, Orchard Lake, Kego Harbor, and West Bloomfield, I'm Sheena Monnin. Thank you for watching The Splash.